Hi guys, I'm gonna do week 4 new grammar for the Abecedarians. I'm outside obviously watching my kids in the pool, which is why I have all this on. All right, so for skip counting the sevens, we're gonna make 7 fingers and go 7, 14, 21, 28, all the way through the song. And then for the skip counting the 8s, I'm gonna have little plastic spiders, and each spider has 8 legs, and so we want to know, and I'm going to have 15 spiders, and we're going to count how many legs are in all with all the spiders, and we're gonna I'm just gonna move them into a pile as I count each spider. So we'll just do 8, 16, 24, and 32, like that. All right, first conjugation endings, imperfect tense. It's the same as the way I taught you guys it before. I want you to think, something fell on the floor and broke it. It's imperfect now. So we'll continue with that this week. And then also I might do like Duck, Duck, Goose or musical chairs this time since they're already familiar with the song. So we'll play that in class. What are some parts of the food chain? Some parts of the food chain are, and we're going to pretend like to be a growing tree. Producer, consumer, nom, 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 and decomposer. And we're gonna kind of like melt down, decompose, which would be like a fungus or something like that. Okay, English nominative pronouns. We're just gonna use some examples in class. So we did first person singular, second person singular, and so on last week. So now we're gonna, when you hear the word nominative for nominative pronouns, I want you to think of name because you're actually naming something. So for first person singular, it is I. For second person singular, it's you. For third person singular, you're going to point to people. So you're going to say he, she, it. For first person plural, we're going to say we, like me and you, we. For second person plural, we're going to say you, like you guys over there. And then for third person plural, we're going to pretend like we're talking about people like way over there. We're going to say, oh, they. Did you see what they did? They. All right, timeline. We're going to do a bow and arrow for early Native Americans. Early Native Americans. Like that. So just kind of. And then Israel. We're going to make Israel. Israel divides into 2 kingdoms. Oh, my husband's putting the shade up, so maybe I can take my hat off now. All right. Israel divides into 2 kingdoms. And then we're going to say Homer and Hesiod, Rome founded. And make a little R by Romulus and Remus. This is kind of like a little dance move. Romulus and Remus. Okay. Israel falls to Assyria. Assyria falls to Babylon. Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Buddha. And I do that because Confucius sounds like confusion, and they were all philosophers. And so it's just kind of like thinking, right? So Lao Tzu, Confucius, and Buddha. Okay, tell me about the Magna Carta. Say, English King John signed the Magna Carta in 1215, and we're pointing down, limiting the king's power. Later England's king, Edward III, claimed to be King of France and began the 100 Years' War in 1337. So English, because they're drinking tea, signed. The Magna Carta is like their constitution almost. It's one of the things that our constitution is based off of. So that's why I'm unrolling a scroll, Magna Carta. We're just making 12. We're not doing 1215 because it's just too many things for the kids to do, to remember. So we're just say 1215. Limiting, point down, limiting the king's power. Later, England's king, Edward III, claimed to be king, making a crown, of France, because all French people have mustaches. and began, and we're going to do sword fighting, the 100 Years' War, and then we're going to make a 13 in 1337. Okay. For European rivers, I think this is to the tune of like The Farmer in the Dell or something. So I'm going to do it this way. We're going to say, oh, where's my camera? There it is. European rivers, Seine, Rhine, Elbe, Po, Danube and the Volga. European rivers, Seine, Rhine, Elbe, Po, Danube and the Volga. And I'm pretty sure that I didn't go the right direction when I was tracing my finger on some of those rivers. Typically they go from the mountains down to the ocean, just FYI. Sorry about that. And that's it. Thanks.